Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to This Explainer, where we're unpacking some truly eye-opening insights drawn directly from a veteran doctor's 40 years of clinical experience. Today, we're looking at the startling truth about the supplements we take every single day. I mean, we're constantly bombarded with messages from every direction telling us that popping a pill is the ultimate shortcut to health, youth, and vitality. But what if the very things you're buying to protect your body are actually quietly harming it? I want you to take a second and visualize your daily routine. Seriously, how many supplements are sitting in your medicine cabinet right now? 1? 5? Maybe a whole shelf full? Just take a moment to really picture it. Because I need to share a chilling story from our source material that perfectly illustrates why we're asking this. The doctor recounts the story of a close personal friend of his. Now, this guy was a textbook example of healthy living. He didn't drink, he didn't smoke, and he was a devoted family man who basically just wanted to stay healthy so he wouldn't be a burden to his kids as he got older. But then, one day, out of absolutely nowhere, he collapsed. He was rushed to the ER, and then honestly, both his family and the doctors were completely baffled. There was just no obvious cause. That is, until they opened up his medicine bag. Now, what's truly shocking here is the sheer scale of the issue. Inside that bag were over 20 different types of supplements. 20. In his earnest, desperate effort to be as healthy as possible, he was literally taking a handful of pills every single morning. And without even knowing it, he had turned his good intentions into a toxic mix. You see, the ingredients in those 20 pills were chemically competing with one another inside his body, placing a massive, overwhelming strain on his liver and his kidneys. His intense desire to get healthier had quite literally become a blade chipping away at his life. So, here's a quick look at our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The hidden supplement trap. 2. 5 dangerous supplement myths. 3. Nature's powerful alternatives. 4. 3 golden questions. And 5. Subtraction, not addition. Let's start right off with Section 1, the hidden supplement trap. The core trap here is the incredibly dangerous assumption that if a little bit of something is good for you, well, a whole lot of it must be better. Which brings us nicely to Section 2, 5 dangerous supplement myths. Let's look at some common pill pitfalls. First up, antioxidants. Things like vitamin E and beta-carotene, we generally think of these as anti-aging, cancer-preventing miracle workers, right? But a massive study conducted across the US and Nordic countries revealed a terrifying reality. When smokers and former smokers were given high doses of beta-carotene, their risk of developing lung cancer didn't drop at all. Actually, it spiked by a staggering 18%. 18%. This happens because the human body is incredibly complex. It operates on a very delicate, precise balance between oxidation and antioxidation. Flooding your system with high-dose antioxidant pills severely disrupts that balance, practically disabling your body's natural cellular defense mechanisms. The source even notes a heartbreaking case of a patient who quit smoking, religiously took vitamin capsules to protect his lungs, and still developed a tumor, entirely unaware that his supposedly healthy habit was actively sabotaging his natural immune defenses. Okay, next is calcium. As we age, we all worry about bone density. It's a completely natural concern, so people tend to load up on calcium supplements. But here's the scary part. The doctor details a patient who, acting on her daughter's well-meaning advice, took over 1,500 milligrams of calcium daily for years. She ended up in the emergency room with severe chest pain. Why? Because the massive excess of calcium that couldn't be absorbed into her bones had nowhere else to go. So it ended up drifting through her bloodstream and depositing directly onto her artery walls, hardening them over time. Her blood vessels had become completely calcified and clogged. They literally looked exactly like rusty, blocked-up water pipes. Then we have ginkgo biloba, which is a wildly popular supplement for memory and trying to prevent dementia. But what so many people do not realize is that ginkgo has a powerful blood-thinning effect. If you take it alongside standard blood pressure medication or daily aspirin, it is an absolute recipe for disaster. The source shares a story of a retired teacher who proudly took ginkgo every single day to keep his mind sharp. Well, during the winter, he had a simple slip and fall on the ice and hit his head. Because his blood was unnaturally thin from the supplements, the bleeding simply would not stop. What should have been a minor fall escalated into an absolute emergency, requiring invasive brain surgery just to save his life. Myth number 4 involves protein powder. We hear constantly that older adults need more protein to maintain muscle mass. And while the need for protein is definitely true, dumping heavily processed, fast-absorbing protein powders into your body is incredibly risky. Think of your kidneys as biological filters. When you're young, they're highly robust. But as you age, their filtering capacity naturally slows down. Flooding them suddenly with massive amounts of processed protein powder basically clogs those delicate filters. One businessman in the doctor's practice actually drank protein shakes morning and night just to fight off fatigue. Within 3 months, he was experiencing severe swelling and foaming urine. His kidney function had literally been cut in half by the immense strain. Finally, we have the ultimate convenience pill, the multivitamin. It sounds absolutely perfect, doesn't it? One simple pill to cover all your nutritional bases. But think of your body as an intricate symphony orchestra. Taking a packed multivitamin is like firing the conductor and forcing every single instrument to play at maximum volume all at once. There's no harmony, only sheer chaos. The chemical components clash and compete for absorption. The source mentions an elderly woman who took daily multivitamins gifted by her loving children. She slowly developed extreme, unexplained fatigue and heavily abnormal liver function tests. The root cause? Severe liver exhaustion from tirelessly processing artificial chemical components her body didn't even need in the first place. All right, moving on to Section 3, Nature's Powerful Alternatives. Let's talk about choosing food over the pharmacy. Let's look at a completely different approach to health here. Instead of buying beta-carotene pills, just simply eat colorful fruits and vegetables. Half an apple in the morning, some fresh spinach at lunch, maybe carrots at dinner. That provides true, naturally balanced antioxidation. Instead of isolated calcium pills, how about a 15-minute morning walk in the sunlight? Sunlight naturally triggers your skin to synthesize vitamin D, which is exactly the catalyst your body needs to properly absorb dietary calcium. And for ginkgo and memory, this is fascinating. Harvard research definitively shows that the ultimate cognitive fuel isn't a synthetic pill at all, it's socializing. Having active conversations, actively listening, laughing with friends, and engaging in deep human connection, that fires up your neural pathways far better than any isolated plant extract ever could. It's literally the best defense against cognitive decline. Instead of taxing your fragile kidneys with concentrated protein powder, just eat warm whole meals, eggs, tofu, fish. These provide slow-absorbing protein that's remarkably gentle on your body. And instead of chaotic multivitamins, just aim for a varied, balanced, and colorful daily diet. That brings us to Section 4, 3 golden questions to help you evaluate your routine. So, these 3 questions were developed directly from our doctor's 40 years of clinical practice. I want you to apply these 3 steps before you ever twist the cap off another supplement bottle again. Step 1, is it truly necessary? Stop guessing your nutritional needs based on persuasive late-night TV commercials. Go check your actual blood work. If you aren't biologically deficient in a specific nutrient, taking more of it is just forcing your body to carry and process unnecessary baggage. Step 2, is there a natural way? Before you buy an iron pill, have you actually tried eating more spinach, lentils, or fish? Always try to solve a nutritional gap in the kitchen before wandering down the pharmacy aisle. And step 3, is my body suffering? Listen closely to your body's subtle SOS signs. Do you feel strangely heavy, constantly fatigued, or maybe have a persistently upset stomach after taking a supplement? Please, do not dismiss that as just getting older. That is your body actively rejecting what you are putting into it. Which brings us to our final section, number 5, subtraction, not addition. It's time to prune your habits. Think of your body exactly like a garden. You can't just throw highly concentrated miracle fertilizer on a patch of weeds and expect beautiful, vibrant flowers to bloom. Removing the weeds, subtracting the harmful or unnecessary elements, is absolutely the most crucial step to letting the garden thrive. This quote perfectly captures that core message. Health is not about adding supplements, but subtracting the unnecessary. And hey, it is never too late to make this shift. The source material shares this deeply inspiring story of a patient in his late 70s. He was spending thousands of dollars on complex supplement regimens every single year, but his health was rapidly deteriorating. Once he completely stopped the pills and focused entirely on real whole food, making fresh vegetable juice daily and eating fish 3 times a week, the results were just astounding. Within just 6 months, his blood pressure and blood sugar naturally stabilized, and the youthful vitality completely returned to his face. By subtracting the artificial, he allowed his body's profound natural resilience to take over. So, I want to leave you with a direct challenge right now. When this explainer ends, I want you to walk straight over to your medicine cabinet. Look closely at those plastic bottles lined up on the shelf. Ask yourself those 3 golden questions. Is it truly necessary? Is there a natural way? Is my body suffering? Remember, true health doesn't come neatly packaged in a plastic bottle. It comes from morning sunlight, warm, whole meals, and vibrant human connection. So tell me, which pill are you going to throw away today? Take that very first step toward true, lasting, natural health by simply subtracting the unnecessary. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I will catch you on the next explainer.